Alright, so, I just got back from seeing The Magnificent Seven. Well, technically I saw it last night, I'm doing it the day after, but regardless, I thought The Magnificent Seven was really good. So, this is a remake of the 1960 film of the same name, which is also an adaptation of The Seven Samurai, and it basically follows the same plot line about this man that comes into this town, strips it of its resources, takes the gold in the mountains, and the townspeople, they're sick of it, alright? So, they go into another town, they try to find some gunmen to bring back with them, and they do, and they bring back 7 gunmen, they come into the town, and they just get ready to defend the town and take down this guy once and for all. So much like the original, the 7 are made up of a pretty all-star cast, including Denzel Washington, Chris Pratt, Ethan Hawke, Vincent D'Onofrio, just to name a few of them. I'm not sure if I feel like I'm missing at least one of the, all-star portion of the 7, and they were all fantastic in this movie. Like everyone I think probably would have assumed they'd be, because they're all great actors. Chris Pratt and Denzel Washington, they're both really good at playing badass characters. And so Denzel Washington was basically the unofficial leader of the group, and I thought he was probably the best one. Chris Pratt came in very close second, and Vincent D'Onofrio, I think, if you've seen Vincent D'Onofrio in any other movie, he's a bit of he's very good at overacting. He kind of sounded like he was gonna burst into tears anytime soon. It's like, they took my gun and they killed the family, so I killed them. It was basically like that. So, and I thought it was really great to see Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington interact with each other in a movie again, just because they were so good together in Training Day from 2001, I think, and which was directed by Antoine Fuqua, who also directed this movie. So I think definitely when he was making this movie, he's like, okay, I gotta figure out some way to get Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke back together again, and I'm glad he did. So, but Ethan Hawke's character towards the end, he does something that, even if you haven't seen the original, it's a bit predictable, but that's really a bit of a nitpick in my opinion. Alright, so, and also, both films end in the same style. I'm not gonna spoil it here, but if you've seen the original, you kind of know how it's gonna end. But that being said, it's not a shot-for-shot, scene-by-scene remake of the original. It takes the basic plot of the original, but then makes it its own, which I think was definitely a good idea. So, and the action sequences were very well done too. There weren't a ton of them, but there were only a couple of them, but they were pretty big scale, and they were very entertaining both times. I don't know why, but it's just so satisfying to hear guns firing in this movie for some reason. I think that was mostly because there's good sound design, and there were guys riding horses and guns firing and explosions going off towards the end, and that was great. And the best part is it was practical. There were practical effects. It was real. It was great to see a movie that didn't overly rely on CGI, for its action and all that. So of course, this being a remake of a previous film, there's gonna be comparisons to the original, but I think a remake deserves to stand on its own and be judged that way too. So as far as its own thing, it's a fantastic movie. I mean, it's very well written, well shot, well directed. So this wasn't just a thrown together cash grab of a remake like a lot of them are. I think this is one that was actually worth watching. That's kind of saying something, sadly. But if we're gonna compare it to the original really quickly again, I think maybe the remake doesn't quite have the same heart to it as the original did, but the original, it was structured in a different way. You know, there's this part, you know, before the final action scene of the original movie. You know, you definitely see kind of the morals, or the moral code, I mean, of the Seven, and kind of, you know, kind of see how they're truly good people. And you get that here too, but it's just not in the same way, because, like I said, it's not a direct adaptation of the original, which is totally fine. But I think both movies are very well made, very well done. Just, you know, both have great action, great storytelling, and great characters. So if you just want to see a really fun, action-packed, and well-made Western, then go check this one out. So, in conclusion, some remakes are actually worth watching.